I can tell.
You're not freezing. And you know what I'm excited about today? I'm excited about this. Hold on. I'm going to show you real quick. Hold on. Let me show you.
Okay. I'm waiting on pins and needles.
Oh, I showed you already.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's what
cool.
led to me playing that Ever Crisis for a minute, being like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me download that real quick. So, dude, how was that Ever Crisis game?
So far, it's cool.
Yeah. Like, is it turn-based and all that stuff on like Final Fantasy 16?
Yes.
Oh.
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
So far.
Really? Did you play the remake at all?
No.
You didn't?
Not yet.
Yeah, because dude, I thought it was cool, the remake, but it's not really like what we think as like, what we think as turn-based, like what we're used to. I don't know. It was okay.
It's like more the there's like a meter that the hell?
Oh yeah, it keeps the motion going, but a meter once you
the meter goes up so like they can attack you. Your guy kind of does a little slash attack in the interim for you.
Right.
Or at least like I only played the first little thing again that they had, so I'm still trying to figure out where it takes place on the spectrum of their timeline.
Right. Well, we're 2 minutes in. We got 4 people live so far. Friday's show was actually pretty cool. Did you enjoy the show on Friday?
I can't believe that you got me to do 2 shows in like 3 days.
Dude, I've been doing a show every day since Wednesday. I'm tired. I was like, I'll just text you today. I was like, so I'm still painting our house, or me and Isela are painting our house, and I'm so tired, dude. I'm just exhausted. But like I'm wired because like I keep getting up like super early. Yeah, I almost texted you today. I was like, do you want to do a show today? But like I know it's the first day of fantasy football in general, and like all that stuff, but like I don't know. I want to be consistent. Don't want to be like other shows that don't have have shows every like 2 weeks for FOC. So just want to be consistent. But for the 4 that are in here, we are still doing a giveaway. I don't care. We're going to do a giveaway. I hope you guys have the NFL in your background while you watch the show today. And yeah, Michael Baker.
Niners scored.
Whatever. They suck. But yeah, let's get into the show real quick. I promise to make this show super quick. We got 6 live now, so thank you, 6 viewers. We're streaming on Twitch actually as well with 1 viewer on Twitch. Kind of cool.
What now?
We're streaming on Twitch.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
I did not know.
We have been. I never told you because I didn't want to freak you out,
So you're telling me I could have just been playing video games this whole time too?
I don't know.
That'd be awesome. Is like if I could do the show. Like it'd be fun to be able to do the show, but like in the background, like instead of the album wall, you saw the video game that I was playing or some shit. But like I was still able to do the show because I could just look this way, do the show, and talk to you, but like you would see the game in the background.
Right. I don't. I've looked up like you know how people stream from their Twitches and stuff. So comics and tortillas. I've looked up how to do it. You need like all these stupid plugins and like all this stuff. I don't know how you do it, but anyway.
I did start playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot again.
What's that?
So it's kind of more of an RPG style game of theirs where you basically work your way through the life of Goku.
Is it cool?
But it like not like the whole life. It's more from the Raditz saga on.
Interesting.
It kind of starts off right after Goku's defeated The Demon King Piccolo.
The Demon King Piccolo?
Yeah, he was the Demon King Piccolo before he just became Piccolo.
Mm.
Before they became buddies, he was known as the Demon King Piccolo.
Gotcha.
I believe that's what he was called.
So
something weird. I think it was Demon something.
Yeah. Speaking of doing a bunch of different shows this week, we did do a show on Friday. If no one has viewed it yet, it was pretty cool. Fedora came on, and we're gonna start doing more of these kind of Pokemon foreign video game market reports with Fedora when he's got time. But 65 views from Friday, so I appreciate everyone coming through on that. I really hope we get more of his content on our shows and get some, maybe like at least a monthly kind of series. He's going to try and bring on some guests as well. So if you guys just check it out. I'm going to try and break up in little tidbits, but it's really interesting to look at different parts of the market as far as collecting is concerned. But yeah, it was a pretty good show, and I had a good time. Jason evidently had an amazing time because he did. I know.
I got to hang out as a Friday. I didn't work. I got to have a couple of drinks. It was nice.
Yeah, dude. It was did you take you didn't work on Labor Day, right?
No. That was my final draft.
Oh, that's right. Your final draft. That's right. Yeah, good stuff, man. Well, just kind of a quick show today. I just wanted to keep consistent with everything. I will do a giveaway at the end for Yoda variant 1 in 25 or 1 in 20. I have multiple copies of and all that good stuff. But yeah, just wanted to do something kind of quick and fun, kind of thought provoking when you're collecting. And I think like when we collect, it's always like, oh, I got that book, or like, blah, blah, blah. But but more so it's like, it's cooler to say like, oh, I have that book, and like 10 of your friends say, like, I've never either heard of that book, or I wish I had that book, but there's just not that many out there, and it's way too expensive, or it's too tough to acquire, what have you. Whether it's the ratio, whether it's a book that no one was ordering and now it's just come into fruition, or just more, spec is on it. The covers really kill it for some of our picks here. But yeah, I was just kind of thinking about like, it's cool to have first appearances if you're a fan of the book, right? And if you're trying to flip or you're a collector, I mean, what's the one thing that we always look at? Like what FOC or back in the pandemic, like, it wasn't really like, oh, this cover's well, I shouldn't say that. It's like collectors are always wanting a first appearance, or they're wanting that bomb-ass cover of that character, or just a bomb-ass cover in general. But thought about first appearances versus the actual like cooler cover or kick-ass cover. And that's kind of what our show is talking about today. Jason, thanks for your help with the slides this morning. I know you're up. Yeah.
Jason, moral support.
Jason was
here to chat.
Cool. He was playing video games while I was doing this. No, I'm just kidding. I was running out of ideas, honestly.
For a minute.
I
might as well dip into this for a second.
Yeah, exactly. We'll also do a little market report. I'm the finance guy. I'm always doing market stuff. So we'll take a look on cover price to see where kind of these books kind of went, and then where they're at now, and kind of see like, use that to like determine what holds value. Jason's actually playing this video game right now. That's why he's looking down the screen.
No.
I'm just kidding. He's looking at his fantasy stats, isn't he?
No.
Or I got him
too early for that.
Yeah. Dude, I'm like at 10:05, I'm looking at my stats. Update, motherfucker. Update.
No, it'll start like if my team's doing anything, like I'll get an update like for the good stuff.
Right. Yeah, you always get that like oh, there's that 80 point
like 40-yard pass to so and so, or like
yeah. Who scored for the Niners anyway?
Ayuk.
He's not on my team.
They just got another interception a second ago too. So
who are they playing?
Pittsburgh.
Oh shit!
In Pittsburgh too, I think. Huh?
Oh, I was thinking, is that my defense or not my defense? Minka Fitzpatrick is on my defense.
Somebody else has got their defense. I've got Bosa, I think. One of my leagues has we do like defensive stuff. I don't know anything about that because my 2 dynasty leagues that I'm in, we don't do defense. We don't go any further than just playing a defense. One league I played 2 defenses. Actually, we got rid of the kicker in lieu of a extra defense. I was like, I like that better than a kicker because you can you can lose points from a defense too. A kicker won't really cost you anything.
Ah, okay, cool. Sweet. Let me see here. Let me see something. Your 2 dynasty leagues what? Your 2 dynasty leagues what?
What do you mean?
I don't know. Never mind. Oh, what's up, Sean? You are in. Tomb, what's going on, brother? I was talking to you earlier this morning. I hope you saw my reply to your message. And yes, do not worry about bricks. We're okay. Huh? That'll never happen. Oh, it's just an inside joke. Anyway, we're streaming on Facebook as well. I'm just testing that out. Sorry, that was just kind of want to see what it looked like. Anyway, yeah, let's get into
places the show. On the interwebs. Are you trying to like put my face without my consent? God,
you're also on MySpace and Friendster as well.
Oh, going deep. LimeWire.
LimeWire. Yeah. Yeah. So again, we'll as a thank you for everyone showing up. We will do a giveaway at the end of the show. If you guys could like, subscribe, all that good stuff, tell people about the show so we can give away more cool stuff and get to that 500 elusive mark for monetization. I'd appreciate it. Just to tell people that I'm monetized on YouTube, not so much like we need like money or whatever, but it'd be really cool to go to people and be like, yeah, we're monetized.
Speak for yourself. I'm trying to retire early.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe you should help on the slides then a little bit.
Just kidding.
No, just kidding.
If I wanted to retire early, I would just work a shitload of overtime.
Dude, you know what you should do? Or whatever. Just like get a pressure washer, go up to people's houses and say, hey, your moss looks kind of bad. Do you mind if I take some photos of your whatever? And then just pressure wash it. Huh? Yeah, do it for free. And just load it on YouTube.
People watch it.
I'm not even joking. Like I would watch.
They have like I've seen the virtual reality, like the Oculus games where all it is pressure washing shit. Have you seen that? No, for real. And they have like packs for it too. Like you can pressure wash. They got a Final Fantasy VII one. You can pressure wash Midgar.
What if it's like, this won't come off?
Like this is how we have to teach kids how to work now. We're like, we put it in a video game and make it fun. Maybe they'll get a work ethic.
That reminds me of like, remember you're a kid, like a baby, and that little vacuum thing with the bubbles.
Yeah. Dude. We're gonna have so many people who have mastered the art of pressure washing by the time they hit 18.
I know, dude. Well, no, Moss, watch out. Mm-hmm. Watch out, Moss. And sand, all that good stuff. Anyway, which reminds me, I got to pressure wash after the show. So yeah, so first appearance versus top cover. Now, I kind of took this into light that I think a lot of people are going to probably pick the cover. However, it's just for fun. It's just kind of something to look at. And I more so wanted to look at the prices for stuff that they're currently going for. So... okay. So anyway, yeah, let's just get into the show and go from there. We'll kind of take a look at kind of deals from cover price and all that good stuff. So, excuse me. First and foremost, Captain Marvel number 14, the first Kamala Khan. Now, this book kind of reminds me of, I would say, one of the worst, if not the worst, first appearance of a quote-unquote major character, Kamala Khan. This was going for like 300 raw back in the day, with obviously rumors that she was going to head into, excuse me, head into the MCU, all that stuff. But, oh my God, sorry.
You dying?
I think I am.
This is it. Gonna be on camera.
I know.
Views are going to go through the roof.
Oh, God. You're going to make me cough more.
Dude, this guy died on YouTube.
I know, seriously.
Like those movies, what were they? God, I can't remember what they were called, but I know there's at least one, maybe two, where they were like, they'd live stream somebody there, and like the more people that viewed, the quicker they died or whatever.
God.
You seen that?
Yeah. That's
I can't remember what it was called. They had some big name actors in it too. I think like Jodie Foster was in it or something. Maybe.
I don't remember, but now you're making me think, dude. I'm trying to get this. So this was going for like raw 119, so that's still pretty good.
Ooh.
213 slabbed, but I remember back in the day, man, this was going for like hella. There's a variant as well for this book, but and again, like pandemic prices and whatnot. But if it wasn't for the first appearance of Kamala Khan, this book isn't really doing anything. Let's see. So 9/8, excuse me, July of 2022 was going for 800, and then it dipped. I think this is like right after the show. To the most recent 9/8. Oh my god, $185, which is like nothing compared to 350. I mean, like, look at that dramatic drop. So, if you're still in the market for Kamala Khan, number one, I'm not a dip buyer here just because I loved her as an actress, but as far as a character, like she just didn't do it for me, and it's just not my market, quote unquote. Another book that did pretty crazy. So this is the first appearance, obviously. We're gonna go back to the presentation here, and this is the cover. This is the cover that everyone was kind of going after. Captain Marvel number 17, second print. I remember this book was going for like stupid numbers, and to me, this is the actual first appearance of her. If you read the guts, I mean, she's like on a bunch of panels. That 14, you can't even see her face. So to me, this was kind of the cover. This is kind of they say it's her second appearance, but like honestly, it was like the first. Jason, did you ever seek any of these books like back in the day?
No, I was into the Captain Marvel as like character as a whole. I just wasn't really. It wasn't within my collecting wants.
Yeah, it wasn't like AOA. What's up, Matt? Respect. Thanks for coming through. I need like water. Yeah, man. Like I remember like seeing this book go for like $6K.
Yell it out. Like water.
I should. No, I don't gotta do that. But dude, yeah, I remember like this. It's like a cool looking cover, but 6,000, like 5 to 6 grand. People were selling this for 9/8, and I wouldn't say it was pushed by like.
Is it a low print run? I mean, I got to assume it's lower because it's second print, but
it was like 2012, 2013, right? So the second prints weren't printed. That whole like this like the modern era newsstand was a second print, right? Because like it had a brand new cover. There wasn't that many printed, or it had the little blue stamp at the bottom. So these didn't have like a huge print run, from my understanding. But like, to spend $5 grand, I don't care what era it is, whether you have extra money or like just whatever, to think that was going to go to 10,000 just because a show was coming out, like there's just no logic in that. This book has dipped down to around $1,000. Last sold in August was $1,000. I've seen Raws being asked, and I didn't want to go on that, but I've seen Raws asking price go for quite more too. I just think that this character is not a collector's like kind of. Maybe like in 10 years you'll see this back up to 2K by some kid who's 16 now, and in 10 years is like a tech mobile. I don't know, but the question we have to answer here: would you, as far as like beauty and whatnot, or just collectability? I think I'd rather have this because it has her on the cover. It's her doing her own thing, versus the previous slide. I mean, she's not even the cover, and the guts don't really have her in it either. Jason, if you were to choose between the two, what would you choose?
Just purely on cover, or
yeah,
everything involved?
Just whatever whatever. Yeah.
Well, I think like cover wise, I dig the other one, only because like I like how this one's a little bit more simplistic for my taste. Like I think it's the same reason why I don't like those. God, whose variants are those? The Adams variants? Is that what they or not Adams? The dude who does the hyper realistic ones that are mostly the cover's like white, but it's always like he did the villains more recently, and it's just like a big thing of the villain. Do you know what I'm talking about? Did you just freeze? Oh, you froze.
Oh, I don't know. Am I
Huh?
still frozen? Am I still
Not
frozen?
anymore. But it's
Oh.
like I was like talking, and you were just like,
No, I was thinking.
like froze, and I was like, and then all of a sudden you were like back to normal, and I was like, wait a minute, what just happened? Did I blink or? Yeah.
Oh,
I
I don't
forget where
know.
I was at now because I lost track of thought after that.
And Lalo, like I have zero interest in Kamala Khan as a collector as well. I liked her. She did a good job as like she made me laugh. Like that show was actually pretty fun to watch. But
Well,
yeah,
and
man,
I like going into the Marvels too, knowing that it's short, knowing that they've told me up front, like, hey, it's just there you go, Alex Ross. Um, he's
my
like
bad.
short. It's like short, but um, they're already upfront about it being just kind of like a zany, wacky kind of movie, and I'm like, okay, I'm in for that. Like you're up front, like you can't be disappointed that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
Although
guess like
expectations are always like high now.
yeah. I mean, like if I was a Kamala Khan collector and I was like, man, this was going for 6K on during the pandemic, and I was like, I really loved this cover. I just didn't have the money for it, but now I do, or like I just see value in it whatsoever. I'd probably offer like $500 for the 9.8 of this book.
Yeah.
You're probably not gonna get that, but that's just where my threshold ceiling would be, because you really have to like be wary about this era of collectibles, especially with the actually it could be the future of the MCU. We don't know, but it's just really tough to kind of gauge, and so that's where I'd be really weary about getting into this book. But verse between the two, this is the book I would get, and you're probably going to see us picking the variants as well. So, so we got next book, Kanan 1, first appearance of the Rebels. I don't care what people say. This is the first appearance to me. 6 is like a great book, I guess, because it's later down the road and it pops a little more as far as cover is concerned. But they show up, the whole team shows up in a memory, what have you. Excuse me. But I think this is like if like as a quote unquote Star Wars like fan or fan of Rebels, this is the first appearance to me. What about you, Jason? Like, what do you think about Kanan 1 versus Kanan 6 as far as first app? Or are you really into this book?
No, I'm into them. I'm into the characters and stuff like that too. I don't know. Like it's always like the same debate. It's like for me, I'm more. It's like if they're there, if they show up, if they like talk, if they're in like even like a panel, it's just kind of like everybody's like it's like a cameo, and I'm like, well, it's no, but like a cameo is a first appearance. like if they're just mentioned by name, okay, I get that. Then that's maybe like not even a cameo. That's just a mention. Yeah. But it's like if you're in it, you're
right,
in.
Right.
If you have an impact to the storyline,
do I have an impact to the story? Like me?
I mean, you can if you want to.
I can.
Yeah,
that's cool. So this is the book I would get versus the other one as far as bang for your buck and cover when it goes to and collectability. What would you rather get, Jason? Just looks alone. Which one do you like better?
I like this one.
The black one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the other one, a couple copies of it. I didn't get any freaking 9.8s though. I only got a 9.6.
So one time this dude this guy asked me to press this book for him, and he showed me pictures of it, and I was like, he's like, you think I can get a 9.8 out of it? I was like, I mean, we could try. It's just never guaranteed, but I'll press it for you. So he sends me the book, and I open, or I'm like feeling the book or whatever, and I'm like, why is this like thick, but there's only one board, and only thick in one area? Like, is there tape stuck or something? So I open it up, and it's like wrinkled. Like the back cover is like wrinkled, right? Okay, well, we can be optimistic. And then I look down and I turn the page over. It's like color, like it's bleeding or whatever it's called. And then there's like remnants of like SpaghettiOs or like rice on the back of the freaking
Yes.
cover. And I was
Give me that
like,
9.8, Ferdy.
you're gonna get like a 8.0 maybe, dude. Like, I don't know about that, bro. That Fedora's Mr. Late Con today. His many personas of Con. What's going on, man?
Yo, I got the link late. So
my bad. I thought I
that's
sent
all
it to
good.
you.
I think I'm gonna make it my gimmick to do this outside now.
I see. Yeah. So, oh, sorry, I was getting a message. So yeah, man, we're just talking about this Kanan #1. I'm actually scooping up these guys right here because I think it's a fair value play for 50 to 75 bucks. And I like this variant cover better than the first app of Kanan 1.
Those come in a lot at we get them regularly graded. Like I know we had a 9.6 and it sold for 70 bucks. As soon as we put it out, there was like a Taurus that was like, oh, you got like Star Wars books. Taurus mostly buy them as like gifts.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but we did have a 9.8 and that got sold.
How much?
I think it was in the hundreds, something like that. I know it was a good value for what it was going for online. I remember that, but we do get those regularly, and they never sit on the shelf for too long. Someone always buys it immediately.
Right. Yeah, I just think I dig this cover. And these next few sides are going to be a little more clean, so I apologize to everybody, but here we go with the next one. This is gonna be a fun one. So NYX3, Tubicel 9.8, first appearance of X23 versus the Jerdevic variant from her X23 solo series. Fedora, I want to ask you, have you ever seen these live in a dollar bin whatsoever, or just did they come in at all, or people ask for them?
Yeah, those come in. The first X23 that definitely comes in. Those come in not regularly, but they show up every now and again. The first appearance of X23, we had a raw copy at our outlet in Queens. Shit. It was a wall book, and that one went for like 400.
That's
then
a great
we had
deal.
Another one, and that went for 600.
It's pretty fair market, yeah.
That
I wouldn't say that actually.
Yeah, I mean, this was like during the pandemic, so those prices could have been like all over the place. So I don't really know what it is now, but I do know they come in. I never seen the one on the right though.
Okay. And James, I was kind of torn between doing this book or there's another version or there's another variant. I forgot. I think it's Delato, but it's X23, and he did like a bunch of them. These go for like 2K. I've seen it's held value pretty well. Jason, I know we've talked about the NYX3 before. Just with her being like, I would say this is like a modern key. And I've talked to, I love this story. I love this book. It's got everything going for it. But what about you, man? What do you think of these two? Which one would you pick?
I would probably take the one on the left, the NYX3.
Yeah.
Just because I do like, I don't know, that cover is just so, I don't know, it's like hard to describe. Like it's like depressing, but also like kind of beautiful at the same time.
Yeah. It's
the other one's just very like, it's gorgeous to look at. And the artwork's amazing, but I just, for whatever reason, like the one on the left is almost like I'm looking at like a painting as opposed to like a comic book.
It's funny is like I can feel the weather in both of these like pictures, but the viewpoint, like on the left, I picked the one on the left, even though the one on the right's worth more. And James, the unknown version exclusive kind of hurt it, right? But you can it's almost like this is a perfect. I can't think of another cover that tells a story and emotion and like the sadness, in a drawing, all in one. So it's an undervalued, honestly, like at $1,000 where it's selling right now. I think it's an undervalued like piece of art. I mean, screw the MCU like spec, she's already showed up, quote unquote, kinda. But I think if Marvel ever does like a dark series, like a dark series or adult series, like this is gonna be the first show they do. And I mean, yeah, and she does look like the chick from the rain as well. The whole story, I mean, if you guys haven't read NYX 1 through, I think it's like 4 or 5, just get it. Like, don't buy it, raw. But even the books before tell a really good story. Breaking news randomly, if you're a baseball fan, the Angels have reported to be open. They're open they're open for trades for Mike Trout next year. Anyway, I it's just random stuff, but I just saw my ticker. But anyway,
Trout can go, but Shohei, they're like, no.
No. Well, he's probably gonna go. There is a reprint for NYX 3. It's the Marvel must-haves 1 through 3, and that goes for pretty good money too. That's a tough 9.8 also. I'm gonna try. I think, yeah. Anyway, I was gonna say I was gonna try for a 9.8, but like, I mean, whatever. She kind of already had her day. I don't know, man. I think it's up in the air. I think there's just such a rich story with that comic book. That's one of the books I read over and over again. I have a reprint, or I have like trade paperback online, and it's just one of my favorite books to read. But next up we got Spider-Man Ultimate Spider-Man #1 variant. I love the one on the left here versus a UF4 #1, just in general. Fedora, which book do you like better?
I've seen the one on the left in the wild. My cousin had it, and he sold it for $700, and that's crazy below market. But he didn't really give a shit about it, and he knew nobody was gonna, he didn't want to deal with eBay. So I was like, "You sure 700?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I called up my boy, and then they and then they bought the book.
I think you messaged me about that, didn't you?
What?
You messaged me about it, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say, if the guy doesn't want it, I was gonna toss it your way. But the guy is actually gonna go to Comic-Con to try and get it signed by Fiona Staples.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm wondering, like, what's it gonna go? Because I don't think I've seen any signed.
Yeah. So, I mean, the art alone on the left, I mean, I think that just gets it for me. The fact that, I mean, I still say the second print's a better value for a collector because it shows. I know people like the third print too, but like the second print shows his face, and to me, that just always speaks volumes in regards to that. And the value, of course, it's like it's like $1,500 less. Jason,
you would imagine out of all the bummy second, third prints that go for like stupid amount of money, like, I don't know, it's weird.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I think there's less print of that second print UF4. Jason, man, without the knowledge of knowing how much this goes for, the one on the left, what one speaks out to you more?
Left.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
Well, I just like everything about it, and I feel like with the UF4, I've seen so many of them. Left and right all the time, whether it's second print, first print, like newsstand, direct, etc. Like, I feel like I see it so much, whereas like this one, like, and the cover's not bad, it's just kind of basic. Whereas I like just kind of the action shot of the cover on the left.
Yeah.
Well, especially like how many times do you get to see Spidey freaking between two taxi cabs, like in the middle of traffic,
and like the action signals where it kind of shows them like going.
Like you can tell they're moving. Like all the cars are stationary, but everything is in motion around. Yeah. Like even the car in the back is still like more stationary than everything else moving around.
So this is a really weird thing for me. It's the font really pops to me. I don't know, I'm a font guy, but I think the font having Spider-Man versus the UF4, and you have him. Here's the thing, like I guess collectors wise, like he's Spider-Man. Like it says Spider-Man on the cover versus, I mean, yes, Spider-Man too, but like Ultimate Fallout, it's more heightened on the first cover. And Commander Cody says UF4 regular cover is classic at this point. Cool. UF4, the big three in the background looking on like
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's and I get that part too. I was gonna say something like that. What happened, Jason? You got some NFL news for us?
Oh, just freaking looking at old waiver wire pickup of the week, Brandon Ayuk. Unless he's already been drafted, he's already got 2 touchdowns and like freaking 5 catches for
not enough. So I got kind of an older one. It's Psylocke, but I picked this one just because the cover is very well, I guess, sought out. It's kind of a well-known ghost, I guess, if you will. Uncanny X-Force, yeah, number 20. This is from the Uncanny X-Force run with, oh my god, I forgot the dude's name, but there is Kid Apocalypse is in this series. Acuna, I think. I don't know if Acuna did this cover, but I love all these all the Uncanny X-Force number 1s are like on my hit list for 9/8. Like if I was gonna get like a wall of just one series, like all of those books are like amazing. And then all New Mutants, or New Mutants Annual number 2, first appearance of Psylocke. Regardless of money and how much these go for, because the Uncanny X-Force goes for like 1 to like 1,500 and 9.8. I know it won't. It's just rare. It's a rare Uncanny X-Force book. What are you guys picking? Fedora, what are you picking?
I like Psylocke. So I have like a bias toward it, and I think that she's like a really underrated character. And since like X-Men is coming up, into the MCU, they're definitely going to try and put some Asian representation in there. So, and she's a name that people know. So I think it's a matter of time before we see her in the next 5 to 10 years. And I'm pretty sure it's like worth nothing, right? Like who buys annuals for first appearances?
Let's see. New Mutants Annual. Well, let's look.
I've actually got that.
I'm pretty sure it's not worth much.
I've got the annual too, so I would definitely take the Uncanny X-Force 20 to complete the rounder.
Right. I couldn't think of any other Psylocke books, so that's why I picked that one. Yeah, Fedora, you're right. I mean, it goes for like last sale $7.96. Not bad, a 9.8. The fair market value is at like, I mean, the range is that's actually not too bad. So
that's one thing that's freaking crazy to me too. When I was looking, the disparity between a 9.8 and a 9.6. It's like
it doesn't
make grading,
sense.
Huh?
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, like, because in the grading process, it's like the difference between a 9.8 and a 9.6 could be like one small, tiny, like tick that you can't even see, and like for example, a Hulk 340 in a 9.8 goes for over $1,000. In a 9.6, you can get it for like $300. That's the same thing that happened with my Frank Miller Wolverine. I can't even see the fucking mistake, and I'm like, CGC supposed to put the fucking graders notes. They don't put it. No, anything close, they don't put it. And like sometimes you'll get like a 9.2 and there's no graders notes, and you're like, there has to be something that made it this way. Like, why aren't you putting details on everything? And then when they do send graders notes, they don't even put like proper grammar. So I'm like, what are we going? Well, I don't know. Like, and then I sent a static number 1, and that got a 9.6. And I can't. Maybe I'm blind. I don't know, but I can't see the mistakes on these things. I'm just upset. Well, I'm like, I need somebody that sent off a a Silver Surfer 1 that came back like a 4.0, and they were expecting like 8.0, something like that, like way higher. You get the fuck out of here. In the graders notes, it said there was mildew on pages, like, but then he was like, but I got white pages. He's like, how do you have mildew and white pages? He's just like, what in the hell is going? He's like, it doesn't make any sense.
I think that's actually like,
and he's mildew, like, I didn't see any mildew.
Well, mildew is like, that's that's like you didn't store it correctly.
Yeah.
And white pages versus yellow pages is kind of the same thing, but like I think I don't know exactly how to say this, but you can get a 9.8 with yellow pages.
Yeah.
But there's no way you can get a 9.8 with mildew. So it's possible to have. Hey, shut up, cat! Freaking kill you.
It's getting close to
you can't say that. You can't say on YouTube.
Over there fucking making noise.
You can't say that on YouTube, bro.
You can't say that. Okay, we got
on a live.
I'm gonna get you, and then I'm gonna cuddle you. Anyway, so let's see here. Well, let's see here.
Is there a newsstand of that of the New Mutants annual?
I'm sure there is. I just was looking at the direct, but yeah, I'm sure there is.
I'm pretty sure that might be the one to get.
It's a pretty older one. So you guys are going with the left. I'm going with the right. I have a little bit of bias towards this book just because I love the run, but I get. You know, it's actually not a bad value to get the first appearance of Psylocke there. The 9.8 of the first appearance. It's going to be cheaper than the one on the right, oddly enough. So.
I bet there's not many good covers with Psylocke on it. So.
Exactly, and I think that's. And if she comes out, do you give one your cat? No way, I'm not giving them away. All those cats. Next up, Static number 1. It's a platinum. I couldn't find the platinum one I could use, but I chose a platinum, and then this isn't really a variant, but I consider it kind of one because it's a cover done by Morbius, famous artist, all that stuff you guys don't know, you googs. Shout out to my favorite podcast in the world. What do you guys? I mean, I know Jason. I'm pretty sure I know Fedora is going to pick, but Jason, let's go with you first. What are you picking, and perhaps why?
The Mobius cover.
Yeah, it's sick, man. There's not that many out there, right? It's like kind of one of those HTF books to find.
I love Mobius too. Like I've got he did one little 2-book run, I think, of Silver Surfer back in the day that I just picked up those books just because he did the art on them. I'm like, I'll take anything Mobius.
Gotcha. Yeah, dude. What about you, Fedora? What do you like? What are you going for?
Platinum edition all day.
Platinum edition, and why the platinum versus the Mobius?
Just because I feel like I don't know, Static has like that mainstream appeal. So I think one good movie, and people might not really want the Mobius edition. I could be wrong, but I feel like you'd probably get like a lot of people who aren't really into like the comic book collecting hobby. Because Static, like, let's be honest, Static is like one good movie away from like going to like, I don't know, a C-list to like a S+ tier character in comics. So I feel like once they get like a really good movie, I could see like non-collectors really wanting to get into like the hobby and trying to like chase this book. Just on like a mainstream perspective, I think it'd be worth it. But I don't know. It's I feel like it's going to be a case of like how much hardcore collectors are going to be willing to chase the Mobius book, and if the mainstream people that are going to be wanting to buy Static number 1, if they're going to be able to like, you know, how much they're going to be able to like influence the market. So that's just me. So I don't really have like a choice now that I think about it, because I think no matter what you pick, you're coming out golden, whether you choose platinum or the last issue.
That's a really good point, actually, that I didn't think of, because like, yeah, more mainstream are going to want the platinum number 1, right? Both covers are actually really good. For me, it's I don't have the Static number 1 just simply because it's too much supply versus demand. I've thought about getting the platinum, but like I've never been like a big, like if there's already a cover and then they make another part of it, like another like version, I'm just not really into that type of thing. just personally as a collector, and I've always liked this cover and kind of like the last issue kind of thing going along with it. I don't ever know if Static is such a mystery to me because like I feel like they should prep something going for it, but I know there's legal issues with like the rights to Static and whatnot, so that might have an effect on it, obviously. But good stuff. Yeah. Now
Blunt
that
Man and Chronic.
what's that?
The Blunt Man and Chronic types stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Do you not know what I'm talking about? Jane Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah, I do. Of course it. We watched that. We used to watch that movie all the time, didn't we? Or all those stupid Jane Silent Bob like movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I've got
of course.
a lot. You can't buy Dogma anymore though.
Why is that?
I don't know. Like it's the most elusive. I don't know if it's like has to do with the religious aspect of it, if it has to do with what, but like you can't. Like I've tried looking for it, it's not available anywhere. Like you'd have to buy it on like eBay essentially.
I saw platinum editions for $20 on eBay before the movie was announced with Michael B. Jordan, and number ones of Static were like $5.
Yeah. This dude, Ancient Comics over in Seattle, dude, he had a long box full of them, like right before they announced it, and then when they announced it, he just put them up, and he sells them at like $30 a crack. He said he got them for a nickel a piece, which and they're still in the poly bag, right? So, Jason, me's favorite, Marvel character currently. Jason, do you have either one of these issues or covers? Yeah, I know issue number 2, but do you have these covers?
No.
Collective.
There was one that I was about to buy in the Limb variant of the Agents of Atlas, and I didn't pull the trigger on it, and it probably would have been a good buy at that time because it was a pretty clean copy.
Yeah. Bummer. Fedora, man, have you ever seen any of these rolling to Midtown?
Yeah, dollar bins. Not even lying.
Jesus Christ! Oh, that makes me so sad. That's crazy, dude. You gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yeah. So I have both these books, but if I was just looking at cover alone, I gotta go on the right. It has so much like edginess to it, and it's dark colors, all that good stuff. I have both these in 8, by the way. And this is the number 2 is not as rare as the number 3 variant, but I like the cover. So this is definitely like a you look back at it, or you look at it in front of you, and it's definitely the one on the right. I don't know, like this, it's such a weird market for the one on the right as far as like value of it, but I paid like $100 for this book. And people are asking like $650 for a 9.8, which is pretty much the same amount for the one on the left. I had this autographed by Ron Lim. He was at a show in Puyallup. Jason, were you with me for that signing?
Which one?
When I got the Agents of Atlas, when I got signed by Ron Lim.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's right. I was with some other dudes. I was with some other homies.
Was that the first summer con?
I think so. I think you were like gone, or you hadn't made it up. Oh, you hadn't made it back on the west side. Yeah.
Yeah, I was still over in Moses,
yeah. That's why you didn't go. Anyway, so I have both these, and I like the one on the right better, personally. So that's my pick. And I think this is last but not least. Batman, Jason Todd, first appearance versus, I know it's not really a variant, but just more of like a variant character. But yeah, Batman 357 versus Batman 635. Fedora, what are you picking? And have you seen these also at your store?
We have both of those on the wall. Actually, we still have the first appearance of Jason Todd. And I think it's also the first appearance of Killer Croc as well. I think they were selling it for like $100 and something, and it's a pretty clean copy. I mean, this is hard, right? Because there's a double first appearance, and then there's one first appearance. I know the one on the right goes for $300 and a 9.8. But I would probably take the first appearance of Croc and Todd in a newsstand.
Oh snap! Oh, throwing it back at me. Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the Batman 635 in 9.8 or Raw at Midtown?
It's probably Raw. I know we have it, but I don't
Yeah.
remember it being graded.
Is it a 9.8 candidate?
No, I don't think so. It might be.
I gotta go with the 630 or 357 as well. Not so much about the double cover, but this was the first DC book I ever read, and I read the shit out of it, no doubt. So, I'm with you there, Michael Baker. Jason, what about your what it? What the hell just happened?
You're like Leon Letting the show, aren't you? You can like run it down and then just like fumble it at the goal line. So from a collector standpoint, I would take the 357.
357.
From a sheer cover standpoint, I do like the 635 a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just because it like just really like it brings back a nostalgia of the animated series kind of for me, even though I know that this character wasn't necessarily in the animated series, but it just kind of like looks old too.
Right, for sure.
I like the cover a little bit better, but from a collector standpoint, I would want the 357.
I'm not gonna lie. The 357 cover, in my opinion, is type ugly. I'm not gonna hold you, but
yeah.
Listen, we don't care about that over here. We care about those first appearances.
I mean, I'm picking 635 because it's more of like 635, 357 because more of a nostalgia. The first appearances don't really do it for me, but it's more nostalgia. I remember reading this as a kid and just being like, holy cow, Batman's gonna die and like yada yada. For the cover though, like let's talk about the cover on 635 real quick and then we'll do the giveaway. I just love how it's like, it's the font looks tight. The art's cool and like it's the Red Hood doesn't look, he looks very cartoony, like in a way, and that lightning in the background, it's just a really well done cover. I just like how it's done.
Well, it's funny to see the evolution of the Red Hood character too, from like this cover to like where he's at now, where he's all like basically like tactical suited out like Batman essentially. And like this, he's just like, check it out, dude, I wear a tuxedo with a cape.
Yeah. And he's kind of badass now. I mean, he gets his ass kicked by Damian in the last issue of Batman, I think. But shout out to Trey. He's been he got me on Batman lately, and I'm really digging it. It's kind of back to its old thing. So, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, pick 635 or picks. Oh God, Batman 357. I am Leon Letting this last part of the episode, but
like nobody's doing it. Nobody's like chasing you down. You just like brought the ball across and like slapped it out of your own hand when you're running.
What did I say? I don't
like what? Like what do I think about this book? Is that what you're trying to say? It's like error.
Yes, seriously.
Like that.
That's what's gonna have on AI, dude. Like
like that little freaking robot that they got on Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah,
runs around with them. Their the ball finder, Dragon Ball radar.
Oh yeah.
Yo, what's that deal with that Angel Breaker character?
I don't know.
Which one?
I kind of like it. I kind of like that character.
Angel Breaker?
Anyone knows her first appearance?
Anyone in the chat know Angel Breaker's first appearance?
I'm gonna buy it right now.
I think Jason's watching. Batman 122.
That's a Timmy character.
Former pupil of Zealot and Black Canary.
I don't know.
Member of the League of Shadows under Talia al Ghul.
There's no 1 in 25 or anything for that, or not?
Let me look. You guys can see this, right?
This is my spec.
There's like a photo variant. Oh, here you go. Looks like a photo. Batman 122 variant cover rebirth CGC 9.8 going for $44. There's a foil. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell, guys. My bad. There's a couple. Wait, that's rebirth. This isn't rebirth.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm gonna try and pick that up. That's the
Shadow Warzone.
Fedora hashtag Fedora spec. Hashtag Angel Breaker.
Hashtag con spec.
Hashtag FOC list.
You know we love our FOC list.
I'm gonna make an FOC list and just put only Sonic on it.
Yeah. No, you gotta put My Little Pony on that, homie.
It's gonna be only Sonic, My Little Pony. It's gonna be the Scooby Doo's and Pink Panther. We get Pink. I'm not even lying, bro. We get Pink Panther comics. They come in and like, man. Who the hell is buying this?
I don't know.
Care Bears there.
Yeah, I'd rather buy Care Bears before freaking My Little Pony. You know.
I'm pretty sure that I still have like Care Bear movies.
No debates here, man. You're right. What?
Thanks.
I'm pretty sure I got Care Bear movies on VHS.
Yeah, James putting out the knowledge here.
Yeah, thanks, James. I'm gonna buy both.
We're only doing 2 people in the giveaway today. It's a Yoda variant comic, so I mean I'll throw some in there too if you guys don't want. You guys don't want it. I mean it's fine. I'll run it. I'll run the giveaway. Anybody else want to be in the giveaway? I did a hashtag earlier, but
Mad Respect has hashtag football.
Mad Respect. How did you see that?
It's a couple. It just came in a couple.
Oh, okay.
We may have some people on the catch up.
Like ketchup? Maybe. Like for fries?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh, 20-0, man. They're getting spanked.
Who?
Pittsburgh is getting beat by.
So do you win money with fantasy football? Like, what is that?
You can. I mean, I'm just doing a fun league just for.
Yeah, two of my leagues are $100 buy-in a piece. And then one of them's a $20 this year. They made it, which is just like a winner take all.
Oh, Michelle, that's kind of our inside joke between friends. It's no hate, well, kind of, but it's just a little funny thing. There's this issue in particular that just bugged the hell out of me, but nah, man, do whatever you guys want to do.
Oh, no disrespect to people that collect My Little Pony. It's just
people that are flipping it and like it's going down 70% a few weeks, or like not even a few weeks, like 2 weeks later. That's who we have.
Yo, get that new My Little Pony. We outside, My Little Pony. And then some schmuck pays $70 for My Little Pony book, and then the next day it's like $10, and it's like Jesus Christ, bro. I mean, I get it. That's FOC, but
damn. I mean, it is what it is. All right, we got 4 in the giveaway. You're gonna say something, Fedora?
No, I'm saying that's why you got to get on that Sonic FOC.
You gotta up. Respect to Boo the Miners. Sonic was always like a fun game, but like My Little Pony, like for me, I'm gonna stop talking bad about it because I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
I just don't know anything about it.
I me either. Real quick, if you guys could do this, I'd really appreciate it before we do the giveaway. Thanks again. 12 live. We are up to 15 on football Sunday. I'm getting my ass kicked on fantasy, but it's what it is.
So do you win like a championship?
You can win a championship like trophy. Like I'm doing a belt, like a WWF belt or WWE belt.
Are you really?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Are you gonna post it?
Well, if I win, I'm gonna post it. But if I don't win, I'm not gonna post that.
Not because I know this girl. Her boyfriend is like super into fantasy football, and then he was like walking around with a belt, and I was gonna criticize him about it, but I'm like, I collect comics, like I can't.
It's kind of funny, right? Like, wouldn't it be like funny? Like, see right here, I got my fantasy football rings here. I'll show you.
The rings is fine. Like I get it, a ring.
I got
trophy,
the right here.
yeah.
You know, but I just think it'd be hella funny if people had like a belt and then wore it to the draft. Like that's flexing, you know.
Bro.
Anyway,
I want to judge, but I can't, bro. I can't.
I mean, it'd just be so
no
freaking
position.
funny, man. It'd be so funny. All right, bro. Let's two kinds of people in this world: people that get excited by My Little Pony on this LC, and those excited for American Psycho. American Psycho for life. Jason doesn't give a shit about anything right now. He's watching the game.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out. Like, I just switched it over to the other game, and it's just 3-0, and I'm like, what is happening right now? Because I've got my other quarterback going.
Oh. All right, mad respect. I don't know if this is premonition or what, but you won the giveaway. Hit me up on Instagram. If you don't follow me, for the nerd, FBTN for short. Fedora, apologies for not getting or for not giving the link earlier. I swear to God I sent it to you, but you know it's been one of those moments. What had you gone on today?
I got the link. Yo, something keeps happening with my
What's up?
I'm in like mad group chats. So I think
gotcha.
what's happening is that the conversations in all the group chats are overloading my my Instagram. So it's crashing it. And then I have to go into the app and refresh the cookies on my app. So it's a whole thing.
Yeah. And again, Michonne, no hate. It's more of like we just don't want to get people screwed over. But like I don't care what you guys like. I really don't care what you guys collect.
I don't care what you like either, but I'll judge you.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Maverick said, I win again. Yeah. I don't know if I sent your books out. I think I sent them out like a couple weeks ago. I know I'm short. I need to send out books from Friday and then today, and then I had to send out some to Trey as well. But Jason, how's your cat doing?
Oh, just gonna go talk to somebody.
Okay, cool.
Never somebody at the window.
All right, well, let everybody get back to their busy Sunday. Thanks again for everyone's support. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. The more people we get live, the bigger giveaways we'll do. And once we get to that 500, man, we'll do pretty big.
We'll give away Disney Lorcana.
We'll give away Disney Lorcana, 4th Prince, and all that good stuff. But you all have a great weekend. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching.
Yo, you gonna give away Disney Lorcana?
You gonna go on that show and get them Lorcana? Get the Lorcana? Anyway.
Oh,
That's enough of that. All right, y'all take care.